this weekend mean to the team? Two great opponents back-to-back, you get 2 wins.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, we talked about this being a big weekend for us, especially being a back-to-back against two great teams. So, like I said, I think both games, defensively speaking, we did what we wanted to. We held our objective down there, and great weekend. But now it's time to reset and be ready to go for Tuesday.
How about for Erik Kallgren, keeping you guys in it from a lot of the game in his first full start without guys like Ilya?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Shally had a lot of hard shots there. They're, a great team at getting pucks through from the point, tips, just creating havoc at net. So Shally did a great job, or did a great job keeping guys off the net as well. And like I said, we stayed patient with it defensively. Just tried to wait for our chances.
All four of your lines seemed to come through tonight. The fourth line got a lot of action, and then when they kind of broke up the first two, everybody made different contributions.
Yeah, that's what we want from our team. Like we've talked about from day one, we have a deep team here, especially forward-wise. So it was great to see all four lines contributing. There's a lot of speed in all our lines. There's a lot of different skill in all of our lines. So all came through tonight, and like I said, it's a big win. It's a good win.
Nice play all around on the game-winning goal. How did you see it unfold?
Yeah, just kind of bouncing there in the neutral zone for a second. Just seemed like it kept going back and forth, and then went up to Robbie coming through the middle with speed and tried to cut it over, just kind of bouncing, and lucky enough was able to pull it through, get it around, and I saw Johnny going backside there, so just tried to put it in a spot that he could one-touch it in, and I think most times that guy's going to put that in with that opportunity, so it was great to see, and it was just a great shift there by our line.
When the lines get adjusted like that, you're playing with John, do you go back on past experience playing with him in a situation like that?
Well, I think that's the great thing about our team is it doesn't really matter who you play with. A lot of guys are the same with just creativity, skill-wise and everything like that. So it doesn't take much to kind of switch into a different line. And I think both lines did a great job. We'll see what happens going forward. But we kept with it. We kept with everything. A lot of talk on the bench, just making sure we're doing the right things, and came through at the end.
Who got the belt tonight?
Shally did. Well deserved. I mean, he's like we just talked about. He battled all the way through there. It was a great effort by him and by the whole team.
Is there an origin story behind the belt? Is there wrestling fans in the room or just?
I think Mo got it from I can't remember who gave it to him at the WWE in Scotiabank a couple years ago. I can't remember who gave it to him, but I don't know. It just came up this year, and why not? A cool way to recognize someone for their efforts in a game, and we thought it was deserving and kind of something we should do. So that's kind of how it came about.
Was it Edge who gave it to him? It looks like Edge.
Yeah, maybe it was Edge. Yeah, like I said, it was a couple years ago. I remember it was to Mo, and but yeah, it's a cool gift to us, and it's a cool kind of little thing we got going on.
Erik, what are you most proud of about tonight's game from your perspective?
I'm most happy about the win. To come in here and play the way we did. We played so solid defensively, and it was a great game by us.
What goes through your mind when that first goal goes in the way it did?
He made a pretty good play. He was fast. I gotta be even quicker there, but it's just gotta keep playing. There's skilled players in this league, so it's gonna happen again. But it's a lot of game left, so just gotta keep playing.
A couple of times on the road trip, you're pretty hard on yourself. How do you feel about the last couple of days, how that has worked out?
Obviously happy about the results these last couple of days. So I feel like I told you guys before that my game's been pretty good, but haven't had the kind of results obviously that we wanted. But you just got to keep working, and then days like this will come too.
How did you like the way the team played in front of you? It looked like there weren't a lot of second chances after those initial shots.
Yeah, they made some. We played really solid defensively. There was a lot of a few shots that was hard for me. That kind of ended up being a rebound, but we were there and cleared it every time. So games like this makes it very very easy for me.
What was it like to get the belt?
That was nice. It's always nice to get that, and like a happy locker room after a big win.
What do you think of just how the group responded to the whole weekend, like giving the opponents and back-to-back in less than 24 hours? What was it like from your perspective?
Yeah, obviously 2 wins for us. That's huge. 2 good teams as well. So I think these 2 games were really solid from us. So I'm really happy with the way we played this weekend.
stands out about the challenge Vegas will present on Tuesday?
Yeah, we know they're a good team. We faced them a little bit less than 2 weeks ago, so they're obviously a really good team. So that's going to be a challenge for us, and we're going to find even more in our game. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
So, what have the last 24 hours been like for you?
It's been a little crazy, not much sleep, a lot of travel, and a lot of excitement.
What's it mean to you?
It's awesome. I've put a lot of work in the last, my whole life, but it's really special. It was a really special moment, the way it was done last night, actually. So it's been a whirlwind, but it's been great.
Saw the video there with in the dressing room, the Marlies. Everyone finding out what was that like?
It was super cool. I had no idea until that moment, so it was great to be around the boys and see their excitement as well.
How did y'all find out about it? Because it must have come together pretty quick with Samsonov going down last night as well.
Like I said in that video, that's literally the first time
Oh, really?
I found anything out about it. So I was just playing a game in Belleville yesterday, so take things one day at a time.
With the tight turnaround, like you learn the news and you got to prepare to travel. Like, what was that 12 hours like? From that moment to-
So I bussed from Belleville to Toronto. I spent like 2 hours at my apartment getting some stuff together, and daylight savings was great. I got a little extra time there because of that, but it was quick, and then a 6 a.m. flight down here. So.
And I think you guys were late on the bus too, right? You guys didn't get much sleep, or?
The night before we had we had a tire pop, and so Friday night was a 4 a.m.er as well. So it's been quite the weekend.
When you watch a game from the corner over there and you're watching, you really do have a chance to kind of drink it in a little bit. What did that feel like, knowing I could go in and this could be a big day if something changes?
Yeah, absolutely. My parents flew down for that exact reason. They didn't want to miss it just in case something did happen. But always prepared, always ready, and it was super exciting to just be here, be able, like you said, be able to take it in, and
You're hoping obviously something might happen during the week that might see you get some action.
I'm just here to play. I'm just trying to have a good day every day, like I've said before, and wherever things take me, they'll take me.
How would you describe your preparedness for this level if it comes?
I think I'm ready. We'll find out. But my opinion, I think I got off to a great start this year, and
Did you have a favorite moment tonight at welcome to? I know you didn't play, but a welcome to the NHL moment, because I know the guys have routines and warm up.
Oh, I got sniped on pretty good in warm up.
Yeah.
So welcome to the show.
Matthew shot pretty good.
I don't even think you let me have a taste of it tonight, but
Nice guy.
It took you some time to get here and get signed, and that's going to be part of your story if you do get in a game. What has it meant to you to have to battle through before you ended up signing an NHL contract?
I think it just makes it mean that much more. There were definitely some doubts about me coming out of college, and it's just really exciting for me to be able to prove that stuff wrong and showcase my abilities.
A couple of times this year, maybe the team's been guilty of letting other teams hang around. Tonight, you guys stuck with it, hung around, and got rewarded in the end.
Yeah, considering the circumstances, I think we knew had to be patient with our game. Just have good, strong structure, especially have to win a lot of battles tonight. There wasn't much room out there, I think, for either team. They come hard, they put a lot of pressure, so just staying with it, and then eventually, we started to create a little bit more, tilt the ice a little bit. They came hard early in the third, but we withstood that and obviously got a couple of big goals.
It's a big weekend for the team, and Sheldon gets thrown into the middle of it. What do you make of how he handled everything?
He's been great. I think you saw last year his calm demeanor came in. Obviously at this level, and just believing in his game and just being calm, shows a lot of poise. So we got a lot of belief in him. We got strong depth in net, and it goes to show it, and I think it's a great opportunity for him. So good job by everyone, I think, playing well in front of him, and him obviously making some key saves and doing what he does well.
Flip this game around.
Well, I think first of all, the way we had a chance to flip it around is that even though we were being outplayed for a lot of the beginning of the game. And when I say outplayed, it was just through, territorially, and they weren't giving us anything easily, and there's nothing for free. We couldn't really get our offense going. But within all that, I still thought, we gave up the power play goal that they scored, but we didn't give up much defensively. There's a lot of point shots, a lot of stuff coming toward our net, but no real big scoring opportunity. So because of that, you're hanging around in the game, you're right there. I thought our players responded extremely well to the changes in the lines, through the second period there. And then their response at a time, that's a pivotal moment in the game where I look at it as, this game maybe could get away on us, or at least the clock could get away on us. So try to change it up a little bit, and players made the decision at that point. They weren't just going to go away; they were going to dig in, and I thought the game changed from that point on. And then, or I should say, from that point in the period on. And then in the third period, again, you're right there. You're in the hockey game, and you get a couple scoring opportunities, and you make good on them. And I think the win is on the backs of playing sound defensively, even when things weren't going our way.
You gave the camp line a lot of responsibility tonight. As you say, they were coming through defensively for you.
Those guys were excellent. I thought Dennis Malgren was our best player through much of the hockey game. One of the only guys really hanging on to the puck and really challenging the inside and making things happen. So that line was really good. It's a few games in a row now that line's been really both responsible but also dangerous at the same time. I think Malgren's inclusion on that group gives it that element. So those guys were, obviously that's the one line I kept the same because I thought they were doing good things, and it's a really positive thing for us. Really happy for Dennis.
The adjustments you made to those lines, is that strictly situational, or is that something you think you might carry over based on maybe some of the things you like defensively?
Well, tonight it was more a reflection of how I felt about the game rather than how I felt about the lines necessarily. I just felt that it was one of those games where we were fine. It's a 1-0 game, but not a lot was happening for us. I just thought, maybe changing things up a little bit will get the guys' attention and change the chemistry, and that in itself might spark something. And also at the same time, it throws off some matchups for the opposition a little bit, too. They have a plan going in, and obviously the plan was going pretty well for them. So changing the lines, now they have to make some decisions. They got out of rhythm a little bit. So that's what I was looking for in terms of what we'll do going forward. Got a nice flight and a day off tomorrow to think about that.
What do you think of how Kallgren responded, especially considering the way the first goal goes in there?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Again, I thought that the team protected him really well. I mean, I don't know, really break it down in terms of true scoring chances. I don't know how many you would say that they had. We didn't have a lot either, but if they had 5 really good looks at the net, I think that that would. If they had more than that, it wouldn't be many. But a lot of activity, right? A lot of point shots, a lot of traffic, a lot of that kind of stuff where pucks are flinging at the net, and I thought he was solid there. There was a couple real strong pushes early in the third period by Carolina, and he was really solid there. So it's a good win for him. It's he's done well for us. He's beaten this Carolina team before last season, so I think sure he had that confidence coming in. It's a little bit of a different beast in this building, but again, I thought our team. Even when it was hard, that Carolina team makes it real hard on you to get going, hard to get out of your end. Our team was just persistent and stayed with it, and that's something we talked about before the game began. Is the game's going to require some patience. We're going to have to, be persistent and find our way through, and not let the game get away on us. And Kallgren did a good job of helping us with that.
Understanding it's a long year. How much growth can be done in a weekend like this, given the circumstances that surround your group?
I think lots. That's what we talked about going into this week. Is let's just get better a day at a time. The results that we've gotten obviously are very positive, but we've just been focused on our game and trying to play well, give ourselves chances to win games, not beat ourselves, like all those things, and that's really what we've done, and it's given us a chance to win every game that we've been in. We've played in some really close games here this weekend against very good teams. and to come out on the right side of it certainly helps, the swagger of the group, and that was important to get back. It's a long season. A lot of things can happen. That's why we've remained confident in our group despite, the road trip not going well. We went out west, but, I love the response of our group all through the week and certainly here tonight in difficult circumstances.